Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey, Katie, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for joining me. One of my
Absolutely.
favorite parts of supporting female business owners through founding females is the opportunity to get to connect with incredible women who often become friends like Katie Johnson has. So I'm thrilled to introduce you to her. She's the founder and brand designer of KJ Creative Co. You will recognize her work when you see clean, crisp brands like Getz Made, 430 Scones, Generation Candle Company, and Peoria Food and Wine Festival, which just happened. And she's just amazing. Her design style is sophisticated and simple. That is how I would describe it. And I know that her clients absolutely adore working with her because I just got to team up with her on a project, and the entire project was so fun. So,
It was so fun.
yeah, it was awesome. Katie designed the entire brand aesthetic, including the build out, the renovation of the space inside. So she got to choose what it was going to look like. And then my team came along and helped with the website and the marketing and social media. So we worked really smoothly together, and the experience was just awesome. So I can attest to that. And so today, Katie, I want to talk through the Katie 101. Like, who are you? What's important to you? I want to hear about your business. And then I also want to hear what is going to happen in the next year, what your business is going to look like in the next year. So that's okay. We'll dive in.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, you bet. So tell us about the Katie 101. What's important to you?
Okay, so my husband and I own KJ Creative Co., and I am the designer here. So we have three kids: Will, who is 7, Grant, who is 5, and Audrey, who is 2. So it's a busy season, but it's a lot of fun with them. I love design. I always have. I really, like you said, I like clean, modern design, and try to kind of carry that through with my projects. Um, I work a lot of nights. I'm a night owl. I always have been, so that works well. I love white space and clean things. And I love to cook and eat. I hate sitting still, so I'm pretty busy. We try to stay busy with our kids and with our family. And I really try to focus on self development and becoming the best version of myself through each day with the grace of Jesus. So that is a little bit more about me.
I love that. And you're located in Central Illinois,
Yes, correct.
specifically Morton. Yeah, we that's fun because you have a daughter and I have a daughter, and we get to connect
Yes.
through them as well at the
That's
park.
so fun. Yes, and Mila, your daughter, is so sweet and cute, so have loved getting to know her also.
Thank you. Thank you. We got to teach our girls how important girl friendships are, right?
Yes, so true. Yes, it's definitely been different having her after 2 boys, which is fun too, so
Yeah, yeah. She can definitely hold her own. Mila can be tough. So Audrey is just so sweet too. So okay, so tell us more about KJ Creative Co.
Okay, so I opened KJ Creative Co. in January of 2019, but a little background about me before that. I started my career in digital marketing in Chicago, but there I worked in client management, and it gave me a lot of oversight in the field of digital marketing and each aspect of what goes into those projects. So then in 2011, my husband and I moved back to Central Illinois, where we're from, for his job and to be closer to family. So then I was able to kind of take a little bit of, I don't know, reassessment of where my interests were and what I kind of wanted the next steps in my career to be. So I had always loved design, did it as a hobby, but wasn't really sure how to make it a career. And just decided it was time to kind of go for it. So I took on a job launching the invitation business for a local bridal boutique who they sold wedding dresses, but she was kind of wanting someone to do invitation design and really had that up. So I took it on, and the rest is history. I worked really hard to learn design and print and just poured myself into growing my skills and that aspect of myself as much as I could. I worked a lot, but it was fun. And I was so passionate about it that it was just a great time of learning for me. So I did that for, I think, 7 years. And then in 2018, I was pregnant with my third child. And my husband and I kind of had a conversation about what was next and what made the most sense for me and my career and our family and what kind of made everyone the happiest. And decided that while I love design and wanted to keep doing it, I was kind of ready to start my own thing. So but I had become super close friends with the owner of the store. I loved the environment of working there. So it was kind of like a hard thing for me. But I totally feel like God had a hand in kind of helping that transition to take place because, like, a week later, I had lunch with the owner and was kind of getting ready to tell her I was nervous about it. I knew I needed to leave, but didn't really want to leave. And she was like, I'm so nervous to tell you, but I'm actually going to sell the store. So I was like, oh my gosh, such a God moment. Just felt like it was time for kind of both of us to go our own ways and what we needed to do next for ourselves. And she has remained a very dear friend of mine. And I'm so grateful for that time that we had working together. Then I opened KJ Creative Co. The shop closed in December. I opened in January, and there's been no turning back. So initially, I was doing a lot more invitation design still because that had kind of been what I had been doing, and I was able to keep a lot of those clients and feel like that's kind of what people knew me as. But as time has gone on the last few years, I really discovered my passion for logo and brand development, design, and taking on more of a role with small businesses as kind of a strategic consultant and designer for their small businesses. So I feel like that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's definitely what I'm the most passionate about. Love doing just the strategy and logo development, and then leading into the full brand launch. And with most of them, I kind of continue working with them then as a strategic consultant. So I'm able to maintain those relationships, and that has been so great. So I don't really market my business. I think one of the hardest things for me is just kind of managing the balance between um, I'm home with my family too. So spending time with my kids. I know that these years are short and I don't want to be working all the time. So kind of finding that balance. This has been a great way for me to do that. But I don't really market. I just kind of decided, like, upfront, I was just going to kind of pray about it and hope that God would kind of give me the right projects. And I really feel like he has, which has been amazing. So that's where I'm at, and just kind of maintaining, doing as much as I can for now. And then as my kids get older, I'm hoping that I'll be able to take on a little bit more work as well.
Katie, you're such a beautiful example of a woman who gets both. You get to run a business and you get to run your family. And up until recently, women have oftentimes have to choose one or the
Yeah,
other primarily, right? And so I
for
love
sure.
her and get your text and know when you're working because you do balance that and you're intentional with your time so that you get to run your business, your love, and you also get to be the mom that your family needs.
Thanks. Yes, it's definitely not always easy. I probably make it sound smoother than it always feels, but yeah, I mean, I think when initially, kind of when I started this in 2010, even at that time before we had kids, our hope was maybe that it would be something that I could kind of scale that way because I always knew that I wanted to be a mom and that was important to me too. And a wife. I feel like our whole family kind of is able to run a little bit smoother when I'm able to be there some too. So yes, thank you for saying that. Like I said, it does not run smoothly all the time, but I'm lucky to have both. I appreciate that.
That and I'm thankful you shared it because I think there are women out there who haven't taken the leap into entrepreneurship yet because they don't know that it's possible to do both. So thank you.
Yes, thank
So
you.
Yeah. So I want to hear about a client success story. Do you have a favorite in mind?
That's so hard. Honestly, all of them, like, truly, each one has such a unique story, and I really try to only take on passion projects that I'm passionate about, and kind of share values with, projects and brands that are launching that I feel like have a mission that I can also get behind, things that I care about too. So I feel like, again, I don't wanna, be harping, but I feel like just kind of like God has been giving me the projects that are the right projects for me. So I just feel I get so wrapped up in them and just so excited about all of them. So, lately you mentioned the latest launch that I did was with Generations Candle Co. So of course that's kind of like a fresh in my mind project. And it was a little bit different for me because I did all the interior design for their store opening too. And I had not done that before. The owners of that store are also just people who are really dear to us. And she was willing to trust me to take on a little bit more, and that was so fun. So I feel like lately I'm just really, really excited about the launch of their business. So hopeful and excited about all that they're doing in the future and what is to come with it. And again, kind of like I said, we did the launch, but I'm continuing to work with them in kind of a consulting and design role. So it's so fun for me because I kind of get to hear what's in their pipeline of what's coming and what they're doing next. And also I'm able to kind of weigh in from a strategic perspective. So again, I mentioned that I worked in digital marketing early in my career. So I feel like that now that I'm doing more of the branding and consulting work, I'm able to kind of tap into that skill set a little bit more to help move businesses forward, which has also been great. So right now, I'm just so thankful for that project. And again, it opened a door to work with you, which has been amazing. And I think there will be many more of those projects to come.
Yeah, I sure hope so. So I entrepreneurship, oftentimes we're bootstrapping, right? We're building our business with just the money in our bank. And so we have this tendency to like, oh, just throw it on my back. I'll handle that. I'll handle that. I'll handle
Yes.
that. And the weight gets really heavy. And so having somebody like you to walk alongside them and know to clear out these challenges and these objects and the path ahead, and then also be able to get them on a trajectory forward that is efficient, and they know that they're spending their time on the tasks that matter. Because when we start businesses, oftentimes it's so confusing. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know
Yes.
what projects are going to be most effective and worthwhile for my time. And so having somebody on board like you to be able to clear the path ahead is just, it can't be so good.
Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
nice. Well, and right back at you, though, I would say. So thank you.
Thank you. So I want to hear about the next year. What is the next year?
Again, I mentioned earlier, but I have a couple more years before my youngest starts kindergarten. So I would say for right now, I'm kind of in a kind of flatlining, trying to manage my workload kind of how it is. I mean, I'm loving, loving, loving where I'm at right now and so thankful for it. So definitely focusing a lot more on logo development or logo and brand development and design. I have a couple clients coming up that I'm really excited about. I'm helping to launch right now through the end of the year, and then have a couple that start in the new year that I'm really excited about. So more to come on those. But yeah, I think just I'm still, doing a little bit of wedding consulting and design so for those I do paper design. So save the dates, invitations, all the way through like the actual pieces at the wedding. And that I always enjoyed because it's kind of like a brand. That's kind of the approach that I've taken. So it's like creating a brand for the weddings, and those are usually the weddings that I'm still doing for the most part are people who I'm close to, who know that I do it, who are near and dear to me, which makes them really special. So I'm excited about some of those coming up as well, but definitely focusing more on brand development. And I'm also just have been loving like the strategy side of that. So I'm putting a little bit more effort into some of that. And again, just hoping that, with with God's help, it'll all kind of come together to be the right thing that I feel like historically has kind of worked out as well. So we'll see.
Amazing. So I actually did not know that you just launched your company in 2019. So your 2-year anniversary, 3-year anniversary
Yes,
coming up, right?
yes, yes.
um, 3-year anniversary is coming up, and I thought that you had been around for 5, 6+ years. So you have done such an incredible job
Aw,
establishing your own brand, which is
thank you.
testament to what you can do for other clients as well.
Thank you so much for saying that. That's so kind of you.
Yeah. So little claim to fame here. Katie was the first person to jump on board founding females. So when that email came through, I was like screaming and jumping up and down. So excited. So very excited to have you on
Oh
board
my
there
gosh.
to continue our work together and to continue our friendship. So
Yes.
thank you for joining me today.
I will say what an honor to be able to do that. And you are doing such a phenomenal job putting that event together. And also just creating a platform for women to come together and to have, I think one of the challenges sometimes in owning your own business can be the lack of community. And I feel like since I've gotten more connected to you, I have felt so much more like strength in that support and community. So the work that you're doing is awesome and meaningful. And I am so, so grateful truly to be a part of it. So thank you for creating those platforms for us to keep doing what we're all doing as well.
Thank you. We're stronger together, period.
Yes.
Link arms and you're stronger together. So I'm so excited to support, especially women in Central Illinois, and to see the magic and the beauty that comes out of that event. So thank you. So
Yes.
if you want to connect with Katie, I have her information below. You can go to her website, which is kjcreativeco.com, or you can connect with her on Instagram. Of course, her website has a contact page that you can reach out to her. And I highly suggest you do, because she's just an incredible person. So thank you for
Thank
joining.
you so much, Francie. Yes, great to talk to you as always.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too. Bye.